Record. All right, welcome everyone to tonight's team call. Today is February 18th. It's a Monday, and we're going to be talking a little bit about spouse support and why it's so important for your business long term. But first, I'm just going to go through some recognition really quick. We have myself at 6, Ashley at 10, which is amazing. This is her first month ever. Her second month as a coach and her second month in Success Club. So if she hits Success Club next month, she's going to be a business starter and totally, a success starter and totally get a free ticket to Summit, which is super cool. We have Brooke at 4 and Rebecca at 2. So awesome work, ladies. We still have about 10 days left in the month, so we can totally kill it with the last 10 days. Some announcements, and I'm going to go through these really quick because you guys know these already. Transform 20, the early access VIP sale was extended through the month of February, which is awesome. And then get ready for the 2020 Success Club trip. It's going to be in Punta Cana at the Hard Rock again. So if you guys are looking for a free vacation with you and your significant other, this would be a great thing to kind of look forward to and to plan for. Pretty much you will get an invite, and then you hit Success Club every month, you'll pretty much get the whole thing paid for, which is amazing. And then there's a Team Beachbody Cup that's going on this month. You guys all have your teams and you're just rocking it. There's Coach Summit, and there's a promo going on for, I think it's still $155 even though it says January. But I would love to see you all there. It's a huge business building kind of event, and it's just amazing. Like, you get so much out of this event, and I think it's about 3 days long, and yeah, you don't get much sleep, but it's so worth it, and it's just so much fun to hang out with the team, and I really highly recommend all y'all go if you can. So there's the Success Club 5 award each time you hit Success Club, and those are the different tiers and what you can earn for hitting Success Club. I actually just got my duffel bag I didn't just get it, I got it like last month, but from last year. If you hit Success Club 6 months in a row, you get this amazing like gym bag, and I just used it for the first time this weekend and like opened it out of its package, and it's such amazing material. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my new favorite bag to pack for like weekend trips. Also, the Fruit Punch Energize comes out tomorrow. So if you are drinking Energize, I highly recommend you start talking about the Fruit Punch I'm just going to say episode flavor because some people might really love Fruit Punch and want to try that as their Energize. Also, there's a morning meltdown pilot test group, and you can earn a spot in it. You have to go to the FAQ to figure out what the requirements are to earn a spot. You can go to FAQ 8307. And honestly, guys, you can just go to Google and just type in Beachbody FAQ 8307 and it'll pop up. It's a super easy way to find it. And then there's also the Ultimate Portion Fix. I don't know if you guys saw Alexis's video about really everything about the portion fix and what it entails, but I would really highly recommend you get to know like what this is all about, because it's coming out March 4th, guys. That's in like, I don't even know, 2 weeks. It's going to round about. And this is going to be huge. It's going to be for anyone that like doesn't really need help with fitness, but really needs help with nutrition and doesn't want to do macros and all that stuff. So definitely get your hands on this, get to learn the program before it comes out, because it's going to be so huge, and it's going to boost our businesses. It's going to really help people too with nutrition, because let's be real, it's the hardest part. And I feel like Portion Fix is so simple for people to follow, and just like a really great way to really help people with their nutrition, because it's tough. And then, okay, so why is it so important to get your significant other signed up? So in this business, I'm sure you've probably heard it before. You're going to hear it again. It's super important to get your significant other or some kind of brother, sister, mom, dad, someone's business that you can get started working on like through their account in the future. So when I first got started, Brian signed up under me, and in the past we were just saying, you put your spouse on your weak leg, but now it's the other way around. You put your spouse on your strong leg. So you get to place them, and it's pretty much like placing another one of you under you, which is really awesome in the long run. And so if you guys get your significant other started, you just let me know, because we need to place them on the strong leg, because it's really important you place them in the strong leg for the future in your business. So it gives you another business to work in the future. It provides more volume for you because if you're signing clients through your husband's or your sister, brother, mom, dad's account, you're going to make more or generate more team volume, and you're also going to generate personal volume on their business center, and it's going to kind of roll over into team cycle bonuses. It's going to help you with more income. I know for Brian, for example, on one of his legs, he has like 20,000 volume. So that's just money sitting there and like just waiting to be cycled. So it's like such an amazing thing to have in the long run, and just going to help your business so much. And it allows you to open your second business center quicker. So once you hit 2-star diamond, you actually get to place another business center under you, and you always place them underneath your spouse. So like if you don't have a spouse signed up, like it's just honestly not a waste. It's a great thing to have your second business center, but you really want to place them under yourself because then you're like triple dipping in volume and income. So it's really, really important to have someone's business center set up that you can work in the future. It also helps you rank advance quicker. I know Brian's like super close to diamond. Like he is emerald, he's emerald now, but he's super close to diamond. And like when he hits diamond, then I hit 1-star diamond. So it's really cool to have control of another account under you that you can just like kind of figure out what do you need in this position and how can I set myself up for success. It also just helps you grow your business. And it's really cool too because your significant other doesn't have to do anything. They just have to have the account. And we'll kind of get into that with Brian, but it's just so important. Like, I can't stress it enough how important it is to get someone under you that you can work their business in the long term. So without further ado, Brian's playing with the cats right now, but without further ado, I'm going to introduce my loving husband. And he's going to tell us how he supports me in the business. And hopefully this will really help kind of just like you guys learn more about it and what it entails and what to expect kind of from your significant other. And it comes in all shapes and sizes. I know some other coaches, their significant other actually works the business. Brian doesn't do that. So it's really just dependent on them. But without further ado, here's Brian. I'm going to play a little intro song because he wanted one. Here's a chair.
What's up? All
right, so Brian's like, I need an intro song or else I'm not doing this.
Yeah, there's no way I was doing this without being introduced to that song.
Okay, so I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen and we're gonna go through some interview questions that I came up for him. Okay, so, and if you guys have any questions at the end, feel free to ask him. He's more than happy to answer any questions you guys might have. But Brian's going to show you how low-key your hubby has to be in the business while also still helping you. Okay, so Brian, how long have you been a coach?
3 years now.
So as long as I've been a coach?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And why did you get started as a coach?
To support you. So how it kind of started, I don't know how many of you guys know Alexis.
They pretty much all know Alexis.
Okay, so I went to middle school with Alexis. And after middle school, we never ever talked. But at some point when I was in law school, she kept like messaging me on Facebook. And she's like, hey, you want to do Beachbody? I'm like, I don't know what the hell Beachbody is. No, thank you. And she kept like messaging me over and over. I'm like, who? I was like, we're not like that close, so it's kind of weird. But I remember I started off doing, I was a law clerk for a little bit, and I was working with the public defenders in Delaware. And one of the ladies that was there, she was like, oh, I'm doing this workout program called Insanity. And I was like, oh, okay, if you can do that, I want to try it. She was like an older lady, probably in her like 50s. That was like the hardest thing I've ever done. I was like, I don't know how you did it, lady, but
modifiers.
Yeah. So, but anyway, they like that workout absolutely shredded me. So I remember Danielle was telling me when she was in grad school, she was like, hey, I'm really trying to get shredded. She's always been in like good shape, but after she got out of college, it was like a little more slow. And she's like, I want to get shredded again. I was like, hey, I borrowed these Insanity DVDs.
Never gave them back though, so I don't know if it's borrowing.
It's borrowing. But back when they still made DVDs and everything's not on demand anymore. But I was like, hey, try these out. And she did it and she loved them. Great results. And then I remember following up with Alexis. I was like, hey, so about this workout stuff, and that's how I learned about Beachbody. And I kind of forwarded Danielle along because she shared a lot of the same goals. Like, she always said, she's like, I want to, be in control of my own schedule. She used to work for people that were awful. She's like, I want to be my own boss. I want to help people. I want to get in shape. She was going to be like a teacher. She was like a teacher for a little bit because she just always liked helping people. I was like, why don't you try Beachbodies? And she's like, okay. So she gave it a shot, and that's how we kind of got started.
So bottom line is Brian got me into this mess. I would have never known about it without him. He got me started with Insanity. He got me started with Alexis. He connected me and Alexis, and I was like that dream coach. She told me about the opportunity, and I was like, all right, sign me up. Like, I didn't even think twice about it, and then I just started working the business the next day. So I'm really thankful that he introduced me to it because I wouldn't be where I am today if he didn't do that. So what do you do as a coach?
I do nothing. It's pretty easy. She does everything. The most I do is when I have friends, most of my friends know Danielle and they follow her on Instagram or social media, but every time people, when they meet you, they say, what do you do? And I tell them, my job's boring, but I tell her she's like a scientist and a fitness coach. And they're like, whoa. So then I always kind of put that feeler out there to see if I can help her make any kind of connections or help anybody out that way. But besides, putting those little feelers out to people and kind of bouncing ideas off her, I don't do anything at all.
So it's really nice though, because he does kind of get a feel for other people that he works with or that he meets, because he meets a lot of people in his day job. So it's nice that he's always looking out for me. But other than that, and of course he's always here as my sounding board and for me to vent to and talk about the business too. But other than that, he doesn't work the business at all. So your significant other, even if they do sign up as a coach, they do not have to work the business. That's for you to work their business. And honestly, my bank account is tied to his business. So anytime that I recruit anyone, goes right to me.
I don't see any of that.
He doesn't see any of that. Now you could keep it separate. I know Alexis keeps it separate, and she uses Pats as a slush fund for extra money, kind of just to have fun with. For me, I just keep it all just going to me for now. It might change in the future now that we're married and everything. But it's just, you do not have to work the business if you're a coach. And that's exactly it. Brian does not work the business. I work it for him. Okay. So do you do the workouts? And if so, which ones?
Yes and no. I've dabbled. I don't think I completed one. I'm not the best at this. I've done the withdrawals, the fighting one.
Oh, Core de Force.
I did that one for most of it. I don't know. I probably completed it. Lift 4, Body Beast, Insanity when I started. Now I'm trying to do more of the lifting ones.
Get swole.
But I tried a couple, and I am not the best at finishing them.
He does start them. He has good intentions, but then he doesn't finish them. But again, goes to show that your significant other doesn't have to do the workouts if they don't want to. He just does because he's an in-shape guy. He works a desk job, so we don't have a gym membership, so he does them. He likes them, and sometimes he makes up his own routine. Sometimes he does T25 every once in a while.
I like Shaun T and Sagi. Autumn's voice kind of drives me crazy a little bit.
Yeah, so Autumn drives him crazy, which I think is really funny.
And Raz.
Yeah, she does have kind of a nasally voice. So it's really cool because you're significant, and he doesn't have his own Beachbody On Demand account. He uses mine. So he didn't even get started with the challenge pack. Oh, that's a good question. So what did you get started with when you first started Beachbody? I don't know if he even remembers this because I got him started, but
Shakeologies.
Okay, he does remember. So he got Shakeology when he first started. And actually, no, you got a 3-day refresh Shakeology challenge pack, because I used the 3-day refresh. But he just got started with Shakeology. And now can you tell me, did you use Shakeology? Have you used any other Beachbody products? What are your thoughts on them? Kind of how you went through all of them?
Yeah, so I was gonna get whatever she kind of told me, just signing up. Yeah, right. And she's like, "No, get this Shakeology," and I think she wanted the 3-day refresh, so I got both of those. Um, I don't know if it was like extra Success Club points at the time or
Yeah, it
something.
was.
But anyways, I got that, and I was gonna drink the chocolate Shakeologies, and I got chocolate, and I would mix it with water, and it was like it was okay. Like it wasn't something I was like, wow, I can't wait to drink this every day. But it was like a good little after lunch, before dinner snack I'd taken to work. Um, and then afterwards, I tried a couple other things. She told me they had different products, like the Recharge. Is that the overnight one?
Yeah, and the Recover is like right
They
after.
had Recharge and Recover. I tried those. Wasn't like I wasn't like dying for it, but then she told me about the Energize, the pre-workout stuff. Because when I work out, like before she got involved with Beachbody, I'd always work out. I'd do pre-workout, and I'd do like a kind of creatine or whey protein
Oh, you
mix.
use creatine too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I just use them on my own, buy them through GNC or Amazon or something. And she goes, "Hey, my company basically makes these. Try them out." So I did, and the creatine works really well, and so does the Energize. So I don't know if your boyfriends, husbands, fiancés, whatever, use them, not their Beachbody, but I'd recommend giving them a try because they're pretty reasonably priced. It helps obviously support you with the volume. And I'm going to use it anyway, so why not invest through her? But recently, I've been getting the Beach Bars. I love those things, and they're like great little snacks. So
we go through so many Beach Bars, it's ridiculous.
yeah, so that's where I'm at now. And I did find when I was doing the creatine and pre-workout, I wasn't going through it as quickly as they were shipping it. At one point,
out.
Don't interrupt my interview.
Sorry.
It's my time. No, but there was a couple times where I was just getting like backlogged. After when Beach Bars came out, I was like, let's switch it up because I had too many. And we went through our cabinet finally, and we found like 6 containers of each, like unopened yet. I was like, okay, so I'm good for another like 5 months or something. But Beach Bars, the best by far.
Yeah, and it's nice because he uses them when he goes to work and everything. And like you saw that he used pretty much every single product that Beachbody has to offer. And like he loved them all. And like granted, maybe he didn't stick with some of them because he wasn't going through them enough. But like Beach Bars are freaking awesome and he loves them. And like even the Energize, I remember you really liking too, and the creatine. But like you said, he just didn't use them quite as often as like they were shipping. So he switched to the Beach Bars. So another question is, how do you help me? Oh no, we already asked that. So do you come with me to events like Super Saturday and Summit and all that stuff?
Yeah, I used to go a lot more. Now she's got friends in the area and she goes with them. But yeah, no, I go. And then I always do the things when we go on the vacations. We do the workouts with the super trainers and whatnot. So I try to.
Yeah, he's really good about it. And like, again, your significant other does not have to do that. Like he just does that because I make him. No, I'm just kidding. So he just comes with me and it's like really nice because it's like an extra support too. And he gets free vacations every year. So, and they're all inclusive and he gets all of his nice,
oh yeah, they're the best.
His nice little Miami, what are they called? The Miami Breeze? No, the drink? Miami Vice. Yeah, he gets all his free drinks and everything like that. And he does do the workouts in the morning because on the trips they do the workouts every.
They do them so early.
I know, like Brian, get up at 7 a.m.
We go out, we drink, and we have fun, and then they're like, wake up at 4 a.m. to do these 6 a.m. workouts. And Sean T's up here like, all right, let's do high knees and shit for 2 hours straight. I'm like, but I do them. Yeah,
and it's really cool too because like. Those are trips that we get to go on together that we would have never gotten without Beachbody. So that's like a total perk. Okay, so.
Also, you meet a lot of awesome people there. Everybody's there for the same reason, all have the same goals. And it's like a community. You meet people when you're eating breakfast. You meet people when you're at the pool, when you're at the beach, when you're playing pool volleyball and stuff. Like everybody's just there. Same reason, good fun spirits. It's like, you know, it makes the trip so much better too.
He gave Joel a high five on the last trip, and I was really jealous because I didn't get to touch Joel.
Still haven't washed my hand.
All right. So, how do you feel? Oh, this is something. How do you feel about me posting on social media? He's like, I don't give an F.
I don't care. At first, I was like, all right, well, just don't share it too much. I'm not like a real public guy. So I was like, you know, I don't want you to share it too much about me. But now looking at it, it's pretty awesome because, you know, it's not all just her documenting her work and linking everything to Beachbody. It's things we thoroughly enjoy together. So all our adventures that we do, you know, they're documented so our friends and family can just follow along on our Insta story. And just like, oh, you know, that's pretty neat. So it's, I mean, I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm. Because I just asked him that too, because I know in the past there have been coaches that their significant other was like, I don't want you posting on social media, like blah, blah, blah. That's our private life, yada, yada, yada. So like it really, and like Brian even said, I don't know if you said this, but like when we first met, I didn't even like have an Instagram. I like didn't use social media or anything like that. So
she had a Tinder though.
That's how we met, on Tinder. So anyway, but I like that was weird for me too. Like I was like, I don't know how to post on social media, but then I started to, and like you guys can see too, like I don't really share much about Brian. Like sometimes I do, but it's like, you know, our wedding pictures, stuff like that, but nothing like really personal about Brian. And that's just me respecting his privacy. And like at first it was weird for me to share so much about me and be vulnerable, but now it's like, it's really cool because his friends like follow me on social media, and like I talk to his friends more than he talks to his friends. So it's
I share an office. There's another attorney I share an office with, and every morning she's like, oh, so how was doing this last night? And I was like, how do you know about that? And she posts like her Insta story, and apparently her and her husband like watch it every night before they go to bed, so they know everything.
Yeah, it's like fun. It's like their nightly ritual. They watch my whole story before they go to bed. It's so funny. But anyway, if your significant other is uncomfortable with you posting, that's a conversation you have to have with them. What's okay, what's not okay, and just like kind of go from there. And like Brandon, I understand if you're posting like half naked pictures, like your significant other might be a little uncomfortable with that. But like you guys can see, like, yeah, I'm in a bikini in some of them, but like don't do anything like scandalous, and I'm sure your significant other will be fine with it. Okay, so another thing.
Real quick on that.
Mm-hmm.
Compromise is big.
Mm-hmm.
She used to just do the thing where she'd take the phone and like hold it up in my face and be like, oh, and then post it, and that drove me crazy. I was like, I'm going to murder you if you do that one more time. So now our kind of agreement is just give me like a 2-second heads up. It's like, hey, you mind if I film you? No, that's fine. You know, something like that. So that way I'm not like, you know, half picking my nose in the corner over there. And she's like, oh, look at this guy. And I'm like, oh. So
yeah, so
that's our compromise.
Definitely communicate with your significant other about that. So has me being a coach or yourself being a coach helped you be healthier?
Yes. Absolutely. So I don't think being a coach made you go vegetarian.
No, that was my stomach issues.
But so here's the thing. What I tried to help her realize is there's only certain people that she sees that she can affect and help better their lives. But there's so many more people out there that watch her stories and are silent. They don't ever reach out to her. You know, and they like she does little workout clips and she's like, hey, I'm do 10 of these, do 10 of these. And people do that and they never reach out to her, but they benefit from it. You know, there's people who just, you know, look at her post and see like a positive post, like try and get you pumped up in the morning. And they never reach out to her. So she affects people on a much larger scale than she actually knows about. And that's something I was trying to help her understand, because she'd get a couple of people reach out to her and say, and they'd hit her up in the DM and be like, yo,
slide into my DM.
I've been watching your stories for the past couple of months, and, you know, I've been doing the workouts with you. And I just want to say thank you because, you know, I lost a couple pounds, or they helped me get through something that we're going through. And even with me, you know, I'm a very kind of stern, forward person when it comes to not opening up as much or showing my emotions really. So she has kind of indirectly helped me get better because, and I know she doesn't ever want to be like this, but I feel guilty sometimes because she's in here like every single day, whether she's hurt, sick, whatever. And she's like, you know, rocking at the Shaun T, doing the burpees and kicks, and now she's jumping on her step and stuff. And like every time she comes out, she's just dripping with sweat, and she's like, "Whoo!" And I'm over here on the computer, you know, eating some Oreos, and I'm like, "Damn it! Now I got to go work out because I feel bad." And she never does it to make me feel bad, but it's those little things that I'm sure she and probably you guys
You
just
say
don't
I'm
even realize.
inspiring you.
Yeah, that's another word for it.
Not feeling guilty.
But it's just there's things that you might not even realize that you're doing, but people kind of look up to it, and it motivates people to do better. And even though you might not link it to yourself being the cause of it, you are. So.
And then okay, so this is a question too. So okay, this is something. So sometimes I'm super busy with the business. Like running your own business does take a lot of time sometimes, whether I'm like creating a new group, creating new stuff. So what do you do to help me when I'm glued to my computer, like creating new content for either my coaches or my clients? Like, how do you help me around the house? And do you mind doing it? Do you like resent me for it? Or are you like cool with it?
So I try and help out as much as possible. When I was growing up, you know, my mom did everything. I lived with my parents, and she did absolutely everything, so I was spoiled. And then I started living with her, and this was before Beachbodies, but we were together all the time, and she was very maternal. She'd do most things for me. But as she started doing this and, you know, hitting the ground running, she works probably 1.5 times, maybe twice the amount of time that I work. You know, I probably work, 9 to 10 hours a day, and she's in here. She wakes up at 5:45. She'll roll around the bed for a half hour. Then she'll get up, she'll work out, and then it's just Beachbody. You know, she's doing her follow-ups, doing her invites, whatever. I run out to work. I get back at 6:30 or so, and she's still in here doing work. You know, I have time to, you know, relax, play with the cats a little bit, play a game. And then by the time I'm done, it's 8 o'clock, and we'll be eating dinner together, and we're laying in bed, put on some Netflix, and she's still doing invites and stuff. So I respect how much she works. So I try and pick up the little things because I have more free time, you know, and we have a pretty good system down.
And it takes time to get
I'm trying to get better at doing the dishes. You know, I just feel guilty when I tell her, "Oh, I'll get them tomorrow morning," and she's always up a little before me, and I'm like, "Shit, I didn't do the dishes." She has her one little, magic bullet thing for her Shakeology, and if it's dirty, she has to clean it. I'm like, "I'm sorry." So, you know, I just try and do little things to help her out because she works twice as much as I do.
And like, guys, don't let that scare you too. Like, I'm well into this business. Like, this is what I want to do. You guys know you can work this business as much or as little as you want, but I want to be really successful with this. So I don't mind putting in the time, and it helps me so much that he helps me. Like, he'll vacuum. Like today he did the laundry. He's cleaning the bathrooms. Like, he's doing so much to help me because he knows how hard I work, and that I would do it if I had the time. And like, when I do have the time, I do it. But it's just really helpful to have a significant other that like believes in you and just like will help pick up the slack around the house if you're working really hard on something. So,
and it's not just because I'm a super cleanly person. Because like in college, I would clean my room once a month. Like it was, so I don't do it for me.
Yeah, he does it for me, which is so nice of him, and I appreciate it so much. So, okay, now why do you support me? Like, why do you just like believe in me and want me to be successful?
Because you've always had drive. You know, ever since I met her, she was always, you know, I want to be the best. You know, in school, should want to study to get the best grades.
I was a nerd.
Yeah, bit of a nerd, but she always just wanted to push herself. And in this business, you have so much potential. And Alexis kind of opened my eyes to it, because I was like, how the hell are you making six figures and you're 25 years old? Like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, Beachbodies. I'm like, what the hell is this Beachbodies thing? So the money really caught my attention first. But she kind of explained how it worked. And, Danielle's always had this kind of mindset mentality of push, 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 got to better myself, got to better this, put in the time. And I was like, this is, a match. And maybe one day I'll be a stay-at-home husband and just play with the cats or do something, play basketball, and she can work like crazy. But yeah, she's got the drive, and it really lines up with what she wants to do, help people get in better shape. So that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and guys, you guys know how much I love this too. It's it's so much. It started because of the money. When I saw Alexis making six figures at 20-something years old, I was like, I can do that. But now it's so much more than that, guys. It is so much more. Just seeing you guys succeed on your health and wellness journeys, and just bettering your life through personal development, and just creating your life by working in the business is more fulfilling to me than any dollar amount will ever be. So it is so much more than that, and I work so hard because I want to see you guys succeed, because I know you're all so capable of it. So this is kind of like a loaded question, but I know some of your significant others might be kind of skeptical, or they don't want to join you because they want to see you kind of do it first. What would you say to significant others that are skeptical of the business, or don't completely support their spouse in it, or whatever it is?
I was super sketched out at first. Alexis reached out to me a couple of times. I was like, get the hell away from me. I don't want anything to do with this. I was friends with her for a little bit.
We're still friends with her, by the way. We hang out with her.
Yeah, but
she knows all this.
But she kept reaching out. She's like, hey, I think you'd be a great coach. I'm like, I don't even remember too much about you. I was like, no, stop it. So I was like, I didn't want any part of it. But she kind of planted the seed about what Beachbody has to offer. And I was like, thanks, but I really don't need it. I'm going through law school now. I was also broke as shit. I was like, I can't afford to pay $100, a month. So I was really against that aspect of it, because it cost a little bit too. And then once she kind of told me a little bit more about it, I thought it was a pyramid scheme, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't know. And when I was telling Danielle, I was like, hey, I'm a little nervous, but it sounds like there's a lot of things that it has it's got potential to offer you, because she always told me, I want to be my own boss. I want to help people. And she's always just had kind of an internal, I just want to better myself, whether it's mentally, physically, even though that wasn't she wasn't as outspoken at that point. So I was like, this kind of lines up directly with it. She was transitioning, she was finishing up grad school. I was like, why don't you take a shot at this, give it a shot. And Alexis was, firsthand telling me how successful she was. And I was like, what, give it a shot. So I was skeptical at first, but I think you hit success starter.
Yeah, when you hit Success Club your first 3 months.
Yeah, she took off running, and I remember she kept reaching out, or Alexis would give her little homeworks or something, hey, read this, do this, and she'd, boom, what's next? And Alexis is like, I just gave you more stuff. She's like, no, what's next? I want to know how I can, be better, how I can do this, whatnot, because I want to hit the ground running. I want to be diamond tomorrow, you name it. I'm like,
yesterday.
Geez, so I was skeptical at first, but now I understand how it works, and I see how successful she is with it, and I see how much she enjoys helping her coaches and helping her challengers as well. So it's a no-brainer for me. You got to give it a shot, absolutely.
And that's the thing too, is okay. So that's the thing too, is your significant other might be skeptical. It's totally normal for them to be skeptical. And I think what helped Brian is I explained it to him, and he also knows the financial structure of the whole entire business. Like, he knows how to place people on. I know it's the most like confusing part of it all, but like if I tell him like I have like, you know, a builder that signed up, or I have someone that's going to be doing it more for the discounts, we kind of look at my downline together and we can kind of decide where to place people. And like that really helps because he understands the financial structure of it and like how it's not a pyramid scheme or like a scam or anything like that. And it's really cool because we can like talk about that together, and it's kind of like a team kind of thing. And like I said, guys, your significant other doesn't have to be nearly as involved as Brian is. And like, I wouldn't even put Brian like super high up there on being really involved in it. Like I said, he doesn't run his own business. I run it for him, but he does
take a lot of Instagram pictures.
That's another thing. Yeah, he takes all my Insta pics. So he's like my Insta husband over here who.
All that cool artsy angles and stuff.
He's getting really good at it. Yeah. Yeah. So if you need like Instagram picture taking tips, you gotta ask him because he takes all of my pictures. So that's something also that he didn't do at first, but like as I go through this business, I can't always have a stand with me at all times to take pictures. So he's really good at that. And it's taken him time. He's learned over time how to take really good artsy pics.
It's real simple. Just don't put yourself in the center. Kind of like put you in like the bottom corner. Mm-hmm. Give like some big open space on the side so she can write something inspirational on the corner. Maybe put like a little plant in the background. Golden.
Yeah, he's pretty much a professional photographer over here. But I just want to check the chat box really quick. Can you use your own credit card for your significant other's account for the coach fee, or does it have to go through his own credit card? I'm pretty sure it has to go through. Oh, you can use yours, Jen? Okay, so yeah, I guess you can do that. You can set up your credit card.
So you can swap it and use yours instead of mine, right?
No, we're gonna keep it on yours. What brought Brian out of being skeptical? So like, what kind of like brought you through that? It's just like seeing me be
successful through it. I was like, if you're putting in a lot of time, not really getting anything, seeing a high turnover, like if Alexis got her involved and Alexis disappeared after a month, or she saw like a lot of turnover of everybody around her, and it wasn't really what was promised, I would have been like, hey, let's kind of call it here. But I mean, she's built friendships, a great team, and she's helped so many people, and financially, I mean, she's working part-time. So it probably took me 3-4 months or so to try and give it like a rough time frame to see how I would, if my feelings would change on it. And then also the free vacations were pretty convincing.
Yeah, Brian Hart's free vacations. Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty sick. Does anyone else have any other questions? You can type in the chat box or unmute yourselves. He'd be more than happy to share whatever you guys want to know. He's like super open about everything. But yeah, guys, like I said, it could just be as simple as, and another thing too is your significant other doesn't have to be on 90 PV, which means Shakeology. They could be something cheaper. Like when he first started, when he was like, I don't really know about Shakeology, he was just getting Energize and Energize and creatine. I think it was 50 PV and it was like $60. So he wasn't even paying 130. So if it's like the financial issue or whatever it is, you can get something cheaper and it would still count as them being active and you could still work their business. So that's something to think about too, because I know a lot of people don't get their significant other started right away because of the financial aspect of it, but you can get something for something as cheap as like $60 a month, right? That's what you had. Or even right now, he's getting 2 boxes of Beach Bars, which I think is like, I don't even know, 70 or 80. Still not 130.
I think you need 2. Well, I don't think 1 box is enough.
No, it's 2 boxes. It's 2 boxes is like the minimum for Beach Bars. But yeah, so like definitely $70. Thank you, Miranda. So yeah, guys, it's talk to your significant other about this because it's really important in the long run. And if they love you and they want you to be successful, they will help you out. And it all comes down to a conversation. And if you want me to kind of just like reach out to them and say like how great of a job you're doing and kind of explain anything that they're kind of skeptical about, I'm more than happy to do so. That's what Alexis did with Brian. She reached out to him personally. It was like, I'm so proud of Danielle, like blah, 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 blah. And like that helped him believe in the business as well because he saw that.
Also through Pat.
Yeah, Pat. We know Pat. or her boyfriend very well too.
So if any of those guys want to talk to me too, I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, so if any of your husbands or boyfriends, significant others want to talk to.
Give them tips on taking Instagram pictures too. Gotcha.
He's going to open up his own course online of being an Instagram husband, how to be an Instagram husband.
The do's and the don'ts.
Yeah, do's and don'ts. Does anyone else have any other questions for him? You can ask him something random too, like, what kind of law do you practice, Brian? Property insurance. Probably like, what's that? He's so good at it too. But any other questions about anything? If not, we're going to take a team pick real quick. Okay. You ready? Hold on, let me just. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. You are dabbing. I got the dab in there. Okay.
Looks like I'm sneezing, actually.
Do you want to take it again, or are you good?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much for hopping on, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Show this video to your significant others. Have them watch it with you. If you're watching the recording, definitely watch it with them. But thanks again for taking the time out. If you have any questions or want to talk to myself or Brian about anything, we're more than happy to chat. And we could also talk to your significant other about any questions that they might have. And Brian can give them some nice Instapic tips. But have an awesome night, guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Go beach buddies.